Do y'all remember those old videos I did where I responded to your comments? Guess who's bringing those back? I don't have anything else to say, so let's just dive right into it with the first comment. First comment, I'm now the school delinquent's lover, but I want out. Is silly fun and I love it for it. I've heard of this visual novel before and I've always wanted to play it, but I never really got around to doing it. Like, honestly, it does seem like the kind of thing I should play on stream, and you know what, I'm just gonna flip a coin and decide then. As is Tianhe Hui and Tails' delinquent boyfriend. I just realized this is gonna make no sense because this video comes out on Sunday. I'm recording this on Thursday, so yeah. Hello from the past. Now we have the second comment. Two of my favorites are Adastra and Nekojishi. Adastra made me cry, Nekojishi made me cry and want to curl up on the floor. Definitely Nekojishi out of the two because the OST still gives me an unbelievable wave of nostalgia. First off, while I haven't played Adastra so I can't really comment on it, I must say, mid. And two, what on earth in Nekojishi made you cry? Like, seriously, it's Nekojishi. Was it something in that, like, One More Day DLC? Because I generally don't see it. The third comment. Another Eidos of Dragons, Vaynar. I'm not sure why they left that part out. That's a good one if you can take Barbarossa's shit until the moment he evolves as a character. Also, I like the protagonist, even though he takes a good amount of time to do something. You know, I actually played another Eidos back when it came out, but I just kind of fell off of it. I'm not even really sure why. I still have my account and everything, and I do log into it on occasion just for login bonuses. I really should sit my ass down and actually like play through it, if only for making a video about it. Is that something you'd like? Tell me in the comments while I move on. Fourth comment, I think I'm not keeping count, honestly. Lush Shards by Mindo. Oh, that says Mind of Fur. Okay. Lush Shards by Mind of Fur. Good humor, interesting world and lore, and overall, feel of it is comfortable and intriguing all at the same time. Game is still in its first chapter for all the routes, but honestly, with how it seems like routes diversions and such is canonically tackled, you'll enjoy the replayability. Lush Shards is one of the many visual novels that I've been recommended, but I've just decided to like skip over and not play. And it's almost exclusively due to the NSFW content. It's understandably very hard to cover that kind of stuff on a family-friendly website like YouTube. Well, family-friendly so long as you're not an advertiser. Surprise, surprise, the next comment has Nekojishi again. Raincheck and Nekojishi. I can only say these two since they are the very first furry visual novels I read, and it was purely on accident. I don't exactly have any other reason besides them being my first furry visual novels. I'm honestly kind of surprised seeing Nekojishi mentioned since I thought the game was mid, but what really gets me about this comment is that they said they played it on accident. I'm like 90% sure this isn't actually how it went, but I can't help but imagine them just sitting there at the computer going, man, and I thought Persona games had really long intro cutscenes. Next comment. 1000 Acts of Decency, a Danganronpa / Ace Attorney style game with currently only 3 not short chapters, but there are more in the works. What the how is this the first time I'm hearing about this? Like, I follow furry visual novels and stuff closely. How is this the first time someone's telling me about this? I swear, you kids need to get off your Adastras and Echoes and play different games so you can recommend them to me. And speaking of Adastra and Echo, here's the part of the video that I like to call the Echo Project segment because oh my god. Putting aside Adastra since I haven't played it, I get why you all mention Echo since it's legitimately just like a really, really good game and probably you could defend it being the best furry visual novel ever made, but like come on, give me some variety. The shortest of the comments I can include in this segment is, after class, Adastra, Asamo. Like that's not even really a comment, it's literally not even a sentence, it's just like 3 words. It's not even the only one like that since this comment goes Echo's Adastra chord progression. But the thing is, I noticed a lot of people knew that Echo is the basic bitch answer. Like, look here, this one says Echo is a classic, but I'll give the spot to Soul Creek this time. And this one says the obvious basic bitch answer would be Adastra or Echo, but for the sake of giving spotlight to one of the not as popular visual novels, I'm gonna say Monster Village, actual name is an Isekai level nightmare. Which ironically led to the situation of any comment that actually did mention Echo or Adastra tended not to have much meat on its bones. And like I just showed you, they were often about things other than Echo or Adastra. So here's one of the few comments I can actually dig into. Adastra. I like the setting of Rome mixed with sci-fi, love the overall story progression and how the relationship between Amicus and the MC develops alongside the political intrigue, and I'm pretty sure it was the first visual novel to make me cry by the end, lol. It's these takes about Adastra that I honestly just don't get, and it probably has a lot to do with me not finishing the game, because I for one genuinely felt nothing while playing the game. Amicus is fine, and the setting is cool in concept, but I just didn't really get any of it. Huh? What about Marco? What about Marco? And I suppose I should get to covering the entirety of those comments I skipped over earlier. Echo is a classic, but I'll give the spotlight to Soul Creek this time. Its cosmic horror elements are top-notch, as are the addictive story and world building. It's also one of the few furry visual novels where the human MC feels involved in the plot and shows agency. I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't also mention Promises to Keep. It's a visual novel that's still relatively early in development with its roots, but its cozy atmosphere and cast of likable characters have been amazing so far. I can't recall the last time I was excited for every single character root in a visual novel. Honestly, Soul Creek does sound interesting, as I do like cosmic horror, but the opposite can be said about human protagonists. They always tend to lean towards self-insert, and that whole amnesiac trope is doing it no favors. As for Promises to Keep, this isn't really related to the visual novel, but I do find it hilarious how I've looked up these things so often that when I look up a name as generic as Promises to Keep, the first thing Google gives me is an itch page and not like the book or something. And for that other comment I glossed over, the obvious basic bitch answer would be Adastra or Echo, but for the sake of giving spotlight to one not as popular, I'm gonna say Monster Village. Actual name is an isekai level nightmare. And by the way, the actual name is... Help, I got lost and found a village that's full of monsters. And yes, you have to pause like that, there's ellipses. It's a Monster Hunter inspired dating sim that actually turns out to have a pretty enthralling story and characters. You feel Ridge's insecurities, Jinhin's fears, Joseph's self-loathing, Runan, Leo, and Koku exist, I guess, so yeah, pretty good, even if it only has 2/3 done. While I've always liked the idea of Monster Hunter, I've never actually liked any time I've played the games, which is a real shame, so I've kinda skipped over on this. Though I have to ask, what kind of name is Joseph? All the other characters' names at least sound kind of fitting, but then there's just this regular-ass human name thrown in the mix. Maybe you're thinking I'll finally play it when I put aside my biases and play a dating sim. Or maybe you're thinking I'll finally play it when I finally get over my dislike for Scalies. And to that I say, reuse joke incoming.
Dream on, bitch.
And finally moving away from things made by Echo Project, Brock the Investigator. It became my favorite game of all time so quickly after I played it. The storytelling is like no other and I can't wait to see what comes in the future for it. Though if Brock doesn't count, then it has to be Arches. The story's beyond compare, heartbreaking lovable, it and Brock are the only games that has ever made me cry. I haven't played Arches and it's really weird that I haven't considering I do like Echo and I'm pretty sure Arches is more my thing considering it is linear and doesn't have much NSFW content. Maybe I'll play it on stream at some point, I don't really know. Up next, Roads Yet Traveled, technically still unfinished, but I love it so far. I shouldn't be thinking this much about Roan, but he's on my mind all day, every day. Why can't I find a real-life man like him? I've never heard of this one, but I don't know why you're telling me it's unfinished like that. If I held being unfinished against any visual novel, we wouldn't be able to talk about like 90% of them. Like seriously, how many of the visual novels I mentioned by name in this video are actually finished? My only answer is like 5, and I am very much counting Brock the Investigator in that. And now for the final comment. Remember the flowers. Between the game's cyberpunk setting, themes of trust, and feelings of isolation, a banger soundtrack, and phenomenal setting, RTF really just presses all my buttons, especially when Axel is on screen. Won't hide my bias for a second on that one. This is gonna sound real stupid, especially for someone who's played like 40 hours of the game, but I never realized that Remember the Flowers is cyberpunk. It's got the destroyed and ravaged world, the super powerful companies, and even the sci-fi tech. I guess I'm just a 5-head. Oh, and before I go, no, stop it. We do not praise Axel in this household. He's a fraud and a bum and we will slander him till the end of time. So let me get out of here with our Patreon shoutouts. For 3 stars, I have special thanks to Johan, SkyKing64, 80 Werehog, Garon the Phasor, Chow Vitamin, Charlie1378, The Good Old Days, and Jay Stassi. For 4 stars, you have Mickey Moon, McCoides, and Utterly All, the Elden Stars. And for our Super D2 special 5-star shoutouts, we have Hodari Lion, the Dancing Lion. Thank you for watching. Do be sure to like and subscribe. As always, this is Fuuri signing out.